Oftentimes there's not so much going on in my head. But what I do quite often is just counting till it becomes a kind of a mantra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The XL is way too short for what I normally do as an ultra cyclist. Usually within my discipline, there's not a lot of spectators, neither at the start or at the finish. I think I'm quite successful at just not really noticing what happens around me. It's really about the race and not about everything around it that time. I'm Robin Gemperle. I live in Switzerland. I'm a professional ultra cyclist. My training process in Switzerland, it's pretty standard, I would even say. That's my view. Part 1 done. Well, I'm not done yet, I'm just medium rare. Time to take a warm bath. And then we'll be well done. Obviously have quite a few sessions where you put in like 10, 12 hours, that kind of stuff. This means that the regularity of high intensity stuff is a bit lower, which would maybe be needed here to perform even a bit better. Doing these repetitions where I always do them at Salhöhe, the place of my intervals. Selbe Scheiß, Mann. So we're getting ready for my flight on Wednesday. Packing up everything for Unbound. I expected it to be quite fast at the beginning. 4 Pro Tour riders, or former Pro Tour riders, plus me. I didn't know whether I'd be able to keep up with them at the very beginning. But then it was 7 of us, and I felt pretty relaxed still, so I thought, okay, probably I'm in a fine shape. Should be okay. Even though Unbound XL is rather short for me, it's clearly a goal to win it one day, together with other super important big ultra races. I think it also only was the 5 of us left, but at that point I noticed, okay, it's really properly fast. And then I also noticed that I'm a bit short on liquids. So I had to start getting my head around how to refuel while others will not yet have to. Now it's getting harder and tougher. Another guy, Ted, also had to refuel. I knew I would have to join him, which meant basically that the group of 5 split up for the first time. Ted pulled off to the gas station, and I felt like, okay, like if we're 2, we can at least continue to work together. And we then worked together for quite a substantial part of the night. Riding through the night is actually something, well, it's actually something quite special. Not many people do it, of course. It's also something completely different if you do it for like a 500k race, which means one night, or if you do it for a 10-day race. Because what is the case here is that you ride your bike at 2 in the morning. You're racing through a village. I get asked these questions quite often, like, what is going on in your head if you're suffering for 20 hours? I'm pretty much just in my world. Being in the pain cave is something, you heard that term quite often, but it's not so easy to really get there. You can, especially at these races, you can always just say no, go a bit slower. But then you're not fast. I upped my pace a bit. I think Ted was in a worse state throughout the night than I was. I was quite relaxed. So I went a bit faster when I was alone, I'd say. So when I enter a gas station or a convenience store during the race, basically first thing I did was always heading straight towards the refrigerators, getting some bottles of drinks. Place your hand somewhere so it is capable of grabbing a few bars. Doesn't really matter what bars it will be. And try to catch up with Laurens. I caught him, let's say maybe at 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah. It's really pretty cool to be racing with, for example, Laurens ten Dam. That's a big name in cycling and an incredibly nice guy, which I had to notice.
You know, this guy is a legend. Ik ben van een legend. Who? You.
The main reason people might be knowing me is probably my transcontinental win from last year. Basically, I just started with cross-country mountain biking as a little kid. I liked it. After mountain biking, I got into fixed gear crit racing, but continued to ride bikes also after that, focused more on bike packing, and noticed that, well, I'm quite relaxed with being dirty, with being gross, and spending whole days on bikes. So I ended up signing up for a race, which then escalated quite a bit. Yeah. 5, 6 in the morning again, I noticed that I'm still feeling well, and Laurens is actually, I think he has been suffering quite a bit, and I felt like, okay, I'm probably stronger than he is right now, so I started to make a plan, see how I could make sure to at least get that third podium spot. At the very last hill, went into that hill quite quickly. I noticed that he was getting a little gap, 4 or 5 meters. I looked back and saw, this is the case. And then I just went pretty much flat out. You might know about that type 2 fun thing, like where they say there's certain things that are not fun while doing, but they're a lot of fun when looking back at them. Like in my case, if I do things that are clearly considered type 2 fun, so racing for 20 hours or racing for 2 weeks, I believe for me they're probably still type 1 fun. Like I really enjoy it. I think it's really nice. I believe my whole, like what I'm living through right now is maybe kind of romantic, yes. It's not epic at all. I'm just lucky enough to end up doing something which I really like. Of course, it's somehow complex. Of course, it's not just fun, you're laughing. But I think I just enjoy it. I enjoy the intensity of it. I enjoy noticing that you're kind of alive, and I enjoy noticing that like you're here to race your bike.